Stop everything you're doing, because the drama that just erupted in hip-hop and reality TV circles is so explosive, it has the internet in a chokehold. Jim Jones, the Dipset veteran and longtime fiancé Chrissy Lampkin, just confronted none other than Brooke Bailey, yes, Basketball Wives' own firecracker, over rumors that she was caught up in a scandalous entanglement with a Nigerian singer. That confrontation didn't happen behind closed doors. According to insiders, Jim let loose in a way nobody has ever seen before. Words flying, accusations laid bare, and Brooke fighting back with a vengeance. And what set him off? Alleged messages, leaked photos, and whispers from industry insiders that Brooke wasn't just hanging out. She was knee-deep in infidelity drama. That touched nerves in Jim's world. Social media is on fire. Fans are picking sides, and the betrayal narrative is spiraling out of control. Was Brooke really caught in the act with this Nigerian superstar? Or is this just another case of messy rumors spinning out of hand? And why did Jim, of all people, feel compelled to confront her so publicly? The truth behind this face-off is darker, uglier, and juicier than anyone expected, and the fallout has only just begun. To understand why Jim Jones exploded on Brooke Bailey over this alleged entanglement with a Nigerian singer, you first have to rewind and look at the history of everyone involved. Because this wasn't some random clash. This was years of tension, betrayal, and messy reputations all boiling over at once. Let's start with Jim Jones. For decades, Jim has been seen as one of Harlem's hip-hop legends, a Dipset soldier, a hustler, and the man who stood by Chrissy Lampkin through thick and thin. Their relationship has been the backbone of love and hip-hop New York since its earliest seasons. Chrissy famously proposed to Jim on national TV back in 2011. A bold move that flipped gender roles and made headlines everywhere. Fans were sure marriage was coming. Yet over a decade later, Jim still hasn't married her. That refusal has been a sore spot, not just for Chrissy, but for fans who constantly call him out for stringing her along. Now enter Brooke Bailey. Known from Basketball Wives, Brooke's reputation has always been a mix of beauty, bluntness, and chaos. She's been linked to NBA stars, music industry players, and even accused of stirring up drama for clout. Lover or hater, Brooke thrives in controversy. And while she's reinvented herself multiple times, her name always seems to land in someone's scandal. So what happens when these two worlds collide? You get a powder keg ready to explode. The alleged spark came when whispers started circulating that Brooke was spending a little too much time with a rising Nigerian singer, a man who's not only known for his music, but also for his high-profile relationships. Social media detectives pieced together suspicious Instagram posts, matching jewelry, and even flight patterns. Fans began speculating that Brooke and this singer weren't just friends, they were much more at first. The rumors were brushed off. But then came the leaks. Blurry photos of Brooke allegedly cozy with the singer backstage at a Lagos concert. And what insiders claim were screenshots of flirty late-night messages. Suddenly, it wasn't just gossip anymore. The narrative shifted. Brooke Bailey was allegedly caught up in an affair. And people wanted answers. But why did Jim Jones care? That's where the history comes in. According to insiders, Jim has long been protective of his inner circle and of Chrissy's reputation. Brooke, though not a blood relative, has been connected to the same reality TV universe and social circles. When rumors hit that Brooke was entertaining another man while allegedly entangled with someone tied to Jim's crew, set him off. To him, it wasn't just infidelity gossip. It was a stain on the loyalty and code he lives by. And let's not forget Jim's own controversies. He's no stranger to cheating rumors himself, and Chrissy has endured years of whispers about him stepping out. Fans immediately pointed out the irony. Jim calling out Brooke for infidelity while his own track record is shaky. But insiders say Jim's confrontation wasn't about hypocrisy, it was about humiliation. He didn't want Chrissy's name, or his by extension, dragged into another messy scandal. Meanwhile, Brooke didn't exactly have the cleanest slate going into this. Over the years, she's been accused of stealing men, being the other woman. and playing dangerous games in relationships. Add a Nigerian superstar into the mix, someone with money, fame, and global influence, and the story takes on an international spotlight. Social media made things worse. Fan pages started posting side-by-side comparisons of Brooke's Instagram captions and the Nigerian singer's cryptic tweets. One post went viral showing them allegedly in the same Dubai hotel at the same time, even though neither tagged their location. Fans didn't need hard proof. The narrative was already believable enough by the time Jim stepped in. The internet had already declared Brooke guilty. Blogs were running headlines like Brooke Bailey's Nigerian affair and Love and Hip Hop meets Afrobeat scandal. The pressure was mounting. And Jim decided he wasn't going to stay quiet. This wasn't just about Brooke. This was about loyalty, pride, and the public perception of everyone tied to the scandal. Jim Jones saw an opportunity to confront the issue head-on, and when he did, his response shocked everyone. Because instead of a private conversation, Jim chose the most public way possible to air it out, and the words that came out of his mouth turned this rumor into a full-blown war. The moment finally came when Jim Jones couldn't hold back any longer. What started as whispers in blogs and side comments online turned into a full-scale confrontation, and insiders swear it went down in front of Taz. Multiple witnesses at a private Hollywood lounge, according to reports. Jim pulled up with his crew, already heated. After catching wind that Brooke Bailey was in the building, the energy was tense from the moment he walked in. Witnesses say Jim locked eyes on Brooke, walked straight past everyone else, and without hesitation, leaned in and said, "Stop playing games, Brooke. You think we don't know what you've been doing? You think this Nigerian boy gonna keep it quiet? It's already out there." The room froze. People whipped out their phones, though most clips were too shaky to fully capture the words. But you could hear the intensity in Jim's tone, the kind of low, controlled anger that comes from betrayal and embarrassment. Brooke wasn't backing down. Eyewitnesses claim she stood up, flipped her hair, and shot back. "First of all, don't come at me like I'm your girl. Worry about Chrissy and your mess before you come for me." That single line set the place on fire. Gasps echoed, and social media exploded minutes later when word got out that Brooke had thrown Chrissy's name into the drama. For Jim, it wasn't just about Brooke's alleged infidelity anymore. It was about her dragging his fiancé into the scandal. The argument escalated. Jim accused Brooke of humiliating everyone in their shared circles by sneaking around with a Nigerian singer who, according to Jim, doesn't even respect you. Brooke clapped back, allegedly saying, "At least he treats me better than half these rappers treat their women. Don't act like you ain't out here doing worse." That clapback hit like a bomb. It was Brooke's way of turning the tables, reminding everyone that Jim has his own history of alleged infidelity. The hypocrisy was now front and center, and fans on social media immediately took sides. Some said Jim had no right to confront Brooke when Chrissy herself had endured rumors about him for years. Others defended Jim, claiming he was standing up for loyalty and respect in their circle. But then came the first shocking twist, an alleged leak that flipped the narrative entirely. Hours after the confrontation, a gossip blog posted what they claimed were DM screenshots between Brooke and the Nigerian singer. The messages weren't just flirty. They were explicit. In one exchange, the singer allegedly wrote, "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was unforgettable." Brooke's alleged reply, "You already know I'm risking it all for you. Oh, I'm risking it all for you." The internet imploded. The screenshots spread like wildfire, fans dissecting every detail. Was it real? Was it fabricated? Brooke quickly took to Instagram, posting, "Fake. Don't believe the lies. Y'all so pressed to see me down." But her denial did little to stop the avalanche. Blogs doubled down, claiming the messages came from a verified insider close to the singer. Twitter threads broke down timestamps, matching them 2 nights Brooke was spotted out. Fans connected dots between her cryptic Instagram captions and the singer's posts. One viral tweet read, "She said, 'Risking it all, sis. He just confessed.'" The Nigerian singer at the center of the storm didn't help matters. Instead of denying anything, he posted a cryptic tweet. "Some things can't stay hidden forever," with one sentence. He poured gasoline on the fire, making fans believe the affair was very real. Meanwhile, Chrissy was silent. No posts, no statements, nothing. That silence only made things worse, with fans speculating that she was humiliated privately while Jim was out confronting Brooke publicly. Some fans even questioned if Jim's outrage was really about Brooke's actions, or if it was about protecting Chrissy from another embarrassing scandal in a long line of them. Back at the lounge, the confrontation didn't end with words. Witnesses claim Jim stormed out after Brooke's clapback, slamming the table and warning her, "This ain't over. Don't make me bring the receipts." That last line left everyone buzzing. What receipts did Jim have? Was he bluffing, or did he really have proof that could take Brooke down once and for all? By the time morning hit, the blogs had already framed the night as one of the wildest confrontations of the year. Headlines screamed, "Jim Jones versus Brooke Bailey. Infidelity scandal explodes in Hollywood." Fans were in chaos, demanding Chrissy speak up, waiting for the Nigerian singer to confirm or deny, and speculating what receipts Jim might be holding. And then, like clockwork, the cliffhanger deepened. Another gossip page teased, "Y'all think the DMs are wild? Wait till you see the video." Yes, a video. Allegedly of Brooke and the Nigerian singer together. If true, it would not just confirm the rumors. It would annihilate Brooke's denial and drag this scandal into new, devastating territory. The question on everyone's mind, will the video surface? And if it does, will it destroy Brooke's reputation or expose something even darker about Jim's role in this messy saga? The confrontation at the Hollywood Lounge had already set social media ablaze. But what followed in the next 48 hours turned the scandal into a full-blown media circus. The alleged DMS were still trending. Chrissy's silence was deafening, and fans were arguing nonstop. But then came the escalation that no one saw coming. The alleged video. A notorious gossip outlet dropped a blurred teaser clip on Instagram. Just a few seconds long, it showed a woman who looked unmistakably like Brooke Bailey in a dimly lit hotel hallway. Next to her, a tall man in designer shades, arm wrapped around her waist. The caption read, "Backstage. Hotel. You decide. #Brooke exposed." The internet went nuclear. Within minutes, the video was reposted across TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Fans zoomed in, slowed it down, and compared outfits. And the evidence. It was damning. Brooke had worn the exact same dress earlier that night in a tagged Instagram story. The Nigerian singer. Fans matched his sneakers, a custom pair he had flaunted in an earlier post. The blogs didn't need to say much. The visuals spoke louder than words. Brooke immediately denied the video, calling it a deep fake and posting, "Y'all really out here making fake videos to ruin me?" Sad, but the denial didn't stick. The Nigerian singer at the center of it all finally broke his silence with a cryptic tweet. She said she was ready to risk it all. And she did. That one line sent fans spiraling. Screenshots of his tweet flooded timelines with captions like, "He confirmed it without even saying her name. Brooke, sis, you might as well come clean. Jim was right all along." And here's where things got even more chaotic. Another insider leak claimed that Jim Jones wasn't just angry about Brooke's alleged infidelity. He was furious because the Nigerian singer was someone Jim had collaborated with in the past. According to the leak, Jim had done business with the singer's camp, and seeing Brooke entangled with him felt like a betrayal not just of Chrissy's circle, but of his own reputation in the industry. This revelation flipped the narrative. Suddenly, fans weren't just looking at Brooke's alleged affair as a scandal. They were framing it as a violation of hip-hop's unwritten rules, loyalty, respect, and keeping the circle tight. Jim confronting Brooke wasn't just about Chrissy anymore. It was about his pride as a man, as an artist, and as someone who felt his trust had been broken on multiple levels. But Brooke wasn't about to roll over. Instead of hiding, she doubled down, posting a series of fiery Instagram stories. "Y'all love to make me the villain. If I wanted that man, trust me, I could have him." But don't let Jim fool y'all. He's worried about everybody else when his own house ain't clean. That last line lit a match. Brooke had officially flipped the mirror back onto Jim. Fans immediately dragged up old rumors of Jim's own infidelity, the whispers that Chrissy had endured for years. Memes flooded in, with captions like, "Jim out here policing Brooke, while Chrissy still waiting on a wedding ring." The debate split the internet even further. Team Jim argued he had every right to check Brooke for embarrassing their circle. Team Brooke fired back that Jim was a hypocrite who had no business confronting anyone when his own relationship with Chrissy was already a mess. And then came the shocking reveal that turned the fire into an inferno. A different gossip blog dropped what they claimed was a voice recording of Brooke talking to a friend. In the muffled audio, a voice alleged to be Brooke said, "Jim trying to come at me like I'm dirty. But we all know what he'd be doing. Chrissy, no too. She just plays her part." The internet erupted. Fans couldn't believe their ears. If real, this meant Brooke wasn't just defending herself. She was pulling Chrissy directly into the fire, implying Chrissy had tolerated Jim's cheating for years. Twitter was chaos. Brooke dragging Chrissy in this mess is wild. So basically everyone cheating and everybody knows. This just turned into a love triangle square with receipts. Jim, clearly enraged, went live again. His voice thundered, "I ain't gotta explain nothing to nobody. Brooke out here embarrassing herself and trying to drag Chrissy in it 'cause she guilty. Keep my family name out your mouth." But his fury didn't calm the storm. If anything, it made it worse. Fans began speculating that Brooke's allegations might actually hold weight. After all, Chrissy had been with Jim for decades without marriage, enduring public humiliation more than once. Could Brooke's words be exposing a truth Chrissy had silently lived with all along? The Nigerian singer added more fuel to the fire with an Instagram story showing himself boarding a private jet. The caption, "Some things you can't hide forever." More soon, fans interpreted it as confirmation that more receipts were coming, maybe even a full video at this point. The scandal wasn't just about Brooke Bailey allegedly cheating. It wasn't just about Jim Jones confronting her. It had become a massive, tangled mess involving Chrissy, the Nigerian singer, and the reputations of everyone in their circles. And then, just when people thought it couldn't get darker, another insider teased that a second, longer video existed, one that left nothing to the imagination. If released, it wouldn't just ruin Brooke's denials. It would obliterate her public image completely. The internet braced itself, because if the first clip made people gasp, the next leak promised to be career-ending, and with the Nigerian singer. Hinting at more soon, fans knew the storm wasn't over. It was just getting started. When the video teaser dropped and Brooke's fiery clapbacks hit the internet, the culture didn't just watch, it exploded. The scandal bled into every corner of social media, every podcast, and every celebrity group chat. Overnight, it transformed from a messy confrontation into one of the most talked about stories of the year. Twitter was a war zone. Hashtags like #BrookeExposed, #JimVsBrooke, and #ChrissyDeserves Better trended simultaneously. One viral tweet read, "Jim mad about Brooke but still won't marry Chrissy after 20 years. The math ain't mathing." Another slammed Brooke deepfake. "Girl, we know those shoes. Own it," on TikTok. Creators made side-by-side breakdowns of Brooke's alleged hotel video and the Nigerian singer's Instagram posts. Fans slowed down footage, matched outfits, and even zoomed in on reflections and mirrors. One clip titled "CSI TikTok," Brooke Edition racked up 5 million views in a day. Instagram was no kinder. Meme pages went wild, posting photos of Jim looking angry with captions like, "Worried about Brooke while Chrissy's still waiting at the altar." Another meme showed Brooke with the word 50 Cent, king of trolling, couldn't resist. He reposted the blurred video with the caption, "Jimmy, better focus on Chrissy before he play relationship police." The comment section went insane, with fans tagging Jim and begging for a response. Cardi B, always vocal, tweeted, "I don't like women tearing down other women, but if you're guilty, you're guilty. Don't drag Chrissy in the dirt because you got caught up." Her comment earned hundreds of thousands of likes, but also stirred a backlash from Brooke's defenders, who claimed Cardi was picking sides without knowing facts. Fabulous threw shade in his own way, posting a cryptic bar on his Instagram story, "Never trust a smile that comes with a passport stamp." Fans instantly connected it to Brooke's alleged international fling. Even Love and hip-hop alumni chimed in. Yandy Smith wrote on IG, "Protect our sisters, but hold them accountable too. This ain't cute." Kimbella simply commented under a blog post, "Wow, that one word had fans speculating she knew more than she was saying." Meanwhile, industry insiders whispered that promoters were getting nervous. One source claimed a brand deal Brooke had lined up for a skincare campaign was on pause until things clear up. Another said, Jim's next show had been flooded with questions about Chrissy, overshadowing the music entirely. The reactions weren't just about Brooke, though. Chrissy became a trending topic all over again. Fans flooded her Instagram with mixed emotions, some offering prayers and support, others urging her to finally leave Jim. One viral comment said, "20 years, no ring, and now this. Sis, the universe is screaming at you." And then came the wildest reaction of all. The Nigerian singer himself. Instead of denying or clarifying, he went on Instagram Live with a sly grin. When fans asked about Brooke, he chuckled and said, "Y'all nosy. But let's just say I don't chase. They come to me." He didn't mention names, but he didn't have to. The internet took it as confirmation, and the clip spread like wildfire. The backlash against him was swift. Some accused him of exploiting Brooke for clout, while others praised him for being real. His fan base in Nigeria defended him fiercely, creating a cultural split between us fans dragging Brooke and African fans saying she was being unfairly targeted. Media outlets jumped on board. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and TMZ plastered the story everywhere. Talk shows debated it. On The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne Tha God said, "Jim gotta relax. He acting like the morality police when he's still got Chrissy waiting for a ring." Angela Yee chimed in, "Brooke lying or not, why is Jim this invested? What's the real connection here?" The public was divided into clear camps. Team Jim, who believed he had every right to confront Brooke for humiliating their circle. Team Brooke, who saw her as unfairly targeted while Jim's hypocrisy went unchecked. Team Chrissy, the loudest of all, who demanded she leave Jim once and for all. But the debate reached a fever pitch when yet another leak surfaced. A blurry second clip allegedly showing Brooke entering a hotel room with the Nigerian singer. This one was longer, clearer, and far harder to deny. Fans lost it. Twitter erupted with comments like, "She can't deepfake 2 videos. This man had her on lock. Jim about to go." Nuclear. The reactions were so overwhelming that Brooke turned off her Instagram comments entirely, but it was too late. The narrative had already consumed her. Jim, Chrissy, and even the Nigerian star. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, one insider hinted that Chrissy herself might finally break her silence. According to the source, she's tired of her name being dragged. Don't be surprised if she speaks out. If Chrissy does step forward, it won't just be a reaction. It could be the final piece that flips the entire scandal on its head. Because if there's one thing fans know, it's this. Chrissy doesn't talk often, but when she does, it's explosive. The world thought they had seen it all. The confrontation, viral videos, the cryptic tweets, the Nigerian singer fanning the flames. But the story still had one more explosion left, and it came from the person who had been silent through it all. Chrissy Lampkin for weeks. Chrissy had endured watching her name dragged across headlines and hashtags without saying a word. But then, out of nowhere, she posted a photo of herself on Instagram, sitting on a couch, glass of wine in hand. The caption, just 3 words, "I been new." The internet froze. Fans screamed in the comments, "What does she mean?" So she knew about Jim, or Brooke, or both. Chrissy just dropped the biggest bomb without saying anything. That single caption flipped the narrative upside down. For years, speculation swirled that Chrissy had quietly tolerated Jim's behavior, staying loyal despite whispers of infidelity. Now her words seemed to confirm what Brooke had implied in the leaked audio, that Chrissy wasn't blind. She was just silent. Jim, furious, allegedly called Chrissy out privately, but the damage was done. Within hours, gossip blogs plastered the screenshot everywhere, framing it as Chrissy's subtle but devastating confession. But here's where the final twist landed. A new leak surfaced, this time not about Brooke, not about the Nigerian singer, but allegedly about Jim himself. A blog claimed to have receipts showing that Jim had his own secret entanglement overseas during a recent tour. The blog didn't drop the full evidence yet, but the teaser headline read, "While he was pointing fingers at Brooke, look what Jimmy was doing in London." Fans went ballistic. Suddenly, the entire scandal wasn't just about Brooke's alleged affair anymore. It was about Jim being caught in his own web of hypocrisy. Memes flooded in. Jim yelling at Brooke on one side, and the caption, "But you was in London though." Brooke wasted no time clapping back at the leak. In a fiery Instagram story, she wrote, "Y'all wanted me to be the bad guy, but look, your hero ain't clean either. Don't ever try to check me when your closet full of skeletons." The Nigerian singer couldn't resist stirring the pot either. He tweeted, "Funny how the loudest one pointing fingers always hiding the most." Fans connected the dots instantly. It was a shot straight at Jim. The fallout was brutal. Team Jim was crumbling, Team Brooke was gloating, and Team Chrissy, they were demanding she finally leave once and for all. The narrative had shifted, from Brooke being exposed to Jim being a hypocrite, who got caught trying to control everyone else's mess while hiding his own. But the cliffhanger that left the internet gasping came from a final post by a well-known gossip insider. They tweeted, "Y'all think this scandal messy now? Wait until you see who else is in the London receipts. Hint, it ain't just Jim." Speculation exploded. Who else was involved? Another reality star, an artist in Jim's circle. Or could it be someone shockingly close to Chrissy herself? The truth remains hidden for now. But one thing is undeniable. What began as Jim confronting Brooke Bailey over an alleged fling with a Nigerian singer has spiraled into an international scandal, pulling Chrissy into the fire and threatening to expose Jim's own secrets. The world is waiting for the London receipts. And when they drop, this saga won't just be about infidelity. It could rewrite everything we thought we knew about loyalty, betrayal, and survival in hip-hop's messiest love triangles. Because in this game, no one is innocent. And the next chapter could shatter them all, and that family is where this entire saga leaves us dangling on the edge of our seats. Jim Jones went from pointing the finger at Brooke Bailey to finding himself exposed by Chrissy's cryptic message. And now the whispers of London receipts threaten to blow the whole thing sky high. What started as a confrontation over one alleged affair has snowballed into a storm of betrayal, secrets, and double lives, the kind of drama that makes reality TV look tame in comparison. But here's the question we need you to answer. Do you think Brooke Bailey was really out of line for defending herself? Or was Jim just using her as a distraction from his own dirt? And more importantly, what do you think Chrissy meant when she said, "I've been new"? Was that her way of saying she's been holding Jim's secrets all along? Or was it a subtle clapback that Brooke wasn't lying? The comments section is about to explode, and I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your theories, your predictions, and your hottest takes below, because trust me, this story is far from over. If the London receipts really drop, we're talking about an earthquake. That could shatter Jim and Chrissy's entire foundation and expose more players in the game than anyone ever expected. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you don't miss the next update when those receipts hit the timeline. This is the kind of story that changes everything overnight, and you'll want to be the first to know. So what's your call? Is Jim guilty? Is Brooke the victim? Or is Chrissy the one who's been pulling the strings in silence all along? Let's talk about it. Silence all along. Let's talk about it.